Can you really turn your cricket hobby into a business? Okay, Royalty fam, let's be real for a second. Have you ever caught yourself saying, man, I wish I could turn this craft hobby into an actual business? Listen, you're not alone, and guess what? You don't need a ton of money, experience, or fancy equipment. What you do need is some courage, consistency, and a little sprinkle of faith, okay?
10 toes down, stand my ground, chasing this dream, novelty queen.
So today I'm giving you 5 actionable steps to move you from dreaming to actually stepping into your craft CEO era. And don't worry, I added timestamps so you can skip around if you need to. So let's get into step 1. Step 1, act like a business owner, all right? So, over the years, one thing that I've picked up in terms of manifestation is you have to act in the future. You have to be what it is you're trying to become. So if you want to be a business owner, you have to learn to act like the business owner in which you would like to become. Y'all heard the saying, fake it until you make it, right? Well, this is one of those times it actually makes sense. You want a craft business, then common sense is you gotta start moving like one. And no shade, but business owners aren't spending every free second doom scrolling on TikTok, binge watching shows, or splurging on random gadgets. That's just gonna sit around and collect dust. Like, let's be for real, for real. I mean, think about it like this. If Netflix decided to shoot a documentary, right? And the documentary is about your cricket boss journey. Would you be proud of your daily routine, or would you be like, oh snap, let me delete half of this? Let me delete half of this footage. Start practicing that CEO mindset, like right now. Because the sooner you act like a business owner, is the sooner you'll step into those CEO shoes for real, for real. And here's step 2, and this to me is a really big one. So steps 2 is knowing your strengths, but not only your strengths, you also want to know your weaknesses. Now, if you're going to be wearing your CEO crown, step 2 is knowing what you're great at and what needs work. So that's your weakness and your strength. So the first thing I want you to do is I want you to grab you a piece of paper or your notes or your iPad, whatever it is that you have on hand. And we're going to make 2 columns. The first one is going to be your strength, and for the second one, it's going to be for your weaknesses. And don't overthink it. This isn't about dragging yourself. It's about being self-aware. You know what I mean? Because remember, at least for the rest of 2025 and going on to 26, we're being nice to ourselves. See, here's the truth, right? How can you run a whole business if you don't know what you do well? I mean, think about it. How are you going to manage the time? Or even, do you even know how you would handle customer service? I mean, seeing it written down is very powerful. It trains your brain to recognize and remember what you bring to the table and what you need to build on. And trust me, this little exercise will save you from building your whole business on shaky ground, because you need a very strong foundation. You can't build a strong foundation. Like, imagine building a brick house with sticks. The foundation's are sticks, and then everything else is bricks. I mean, it's doomed, and you don't need the big bad wolf to blow it down. It's just going to tumble down on its own. But anyway, let's move on to step 3. So step 3 is you have to create a workspace. Step 3, very important. It's about setting up your craft headquarters, And no, I'm not saying you need to rent a warehouse or turn your whole house into a Hobby Lobby, but you do need a dedicated space that makes you feel like, okay, this is my business spot. I mean, this is my business spot right here. This is my workroom. It's very small, even though it might not look like it right now on camera, but it's actually very small, but it's my space. You know what I mean? Understand that your environment, it fuels your energy. And if you're trying to come up with new product ideas while sitting at a messy desk or in the middle of chaos, I mean, it's no wonder you're stuck. I mean, Imagine this. You've got a clean little desk, right? Your Cricut supplies organized in a cart, maybe even a sticky note that says CEO at work. Or it could even be like something like this. Mine says hello gorgeous, but yours could say CEO at work, big boss babe, you know? Boss chick, whatever. I'm getting carried away, but anyways, carry back on. But anyway, this is gonna instantly make you feel legit. The space and the way that your space feels, it inspires you, and it inspires the way you create. And honestly, I feel like the only time your workspace should be in a hot mess is when you're actually in your creative process, when you're creating. Like right now, I'm creating and my desk is a hot mess. I mean, let me show y'all. I mean, this is my creative space. I'm keeping it like 100. Like, you know what I mean? Big sister to big sis, or little sister to little sis, or big sister, little sis. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem showing you guys the hot mess. You know what I mean? Because I want you guys to know that I'm being like for real. Even my fingernails are gone, but you know, it is what it is. This is the only time when you're in your creative zone. Other from that, keep your space tidy. Trust me, it makes a whole lot difference. And when the place is clean, there's something about it that makes you feel like so fulfilled and gives you so much energy. For me, when my place is a hot mess, I feel down and depressed. Like, you know what I mean? So let's keep the energy flowing positively. Just always keep this in mind. Your environment, it fuels your energy. If you're trying to come up with a new product idea while sitting at a messy desk or in the middle of chaos, it's no wonder you're stuck. You know what I mean? Okay, so now that we've covered step 1, 2, and 3, let's move on to step 4. And step 4 is write a letter to your future self, honey. This one's kind of deep, but trust me, step 4 is powerful. I know I said that before, but it really is. So what you're going to do is you're going to write a letter to your future self. Write down where you are right now. Like right now, what you're dreaming about, what your struggles, like what struggles are you facing right now? And what you hope your future self has achieved. You know what I mean? Does that make sense to y'all? Okay, good. You're keeping up. Let's move on. Let's fast forward a year or 2. Now, imagine successful you reading that same letter. You'll see how far you came, how many doubts you pushed through, and how much stronger you are. That letter is going to become your anchor. Because on the days where you want to quit, you can reread it and remind yourself why you started. Plus, years later, you can frame it and be like, yup, I really did that. You know what I mean? Like, I did that. When I look back at the things I wrote from when I first started, like, when I first started, I didn't have this. I didn't have a room. I didn't have all these products. I didn't even know, I was nowhere close to it. But every time I look around my workroom, I'm like, yeah, girl, you did that. Like, hello, gorgeous. That's you. Hey, queen. What's up? You know what I mean? Okay. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Which step is the most important of them all? Step 5, you say? Okay. So, step 5 is take action like no, 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 no. And finally, do something today. It doesn't have to be huge, you know, baby steps. And maybe you reach out to a friend who has a business. Maybe you sign up for a free webinar. Maybe you finally research how to set up an Etsy shop or a WhatsApp business or Shopify, you know what I mean? Or, hey, maybe this video is your first step. I mean, it could be. At this point, momentum beats perfection. So don't sit around waiting for the stars to align. Take one small step today and another tomorrow. And before you know it, those baby steps turn into big leaps. Well, I mean, technically I am a solopreneur and I do everything by myself. But from time to time, I do get a little help from like my daughter, you know, from a friend, from my subscribers, my royalty fam. I get a little boost, a little you can do it, sis. And all that counts for something. You know what I mean? Okay, royalty fam. So tell me in the comments, what's one brave step you're taking today? Let's hype each other up because honestly, nobody builds a business alone. Well, I mean, me as a solopreneur, I am building my business alone, but realistically, like, it's very hard. You know what I mean? So the people I'm meeting along the way, the people that's helping me to push, like, it's taking me out of that lonely era, and I'm stepping into grace with, you know, strong-minded, creative business people. So in conclusion, I want you to remember, your dream is valid, your creativity is very much needed, and you don't need all the answers to start. I sure as heck did not have all the answers when I first started, but hey, I'm here, I'm pushing, and look, I'm even motivating y'all. So if you're ready to stop overthinking and start building, hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and let's keep growing together. Keep dreaming, stay soft, and let's continue to build the life that we love. And for those that's starting fresh, community is everything. Build a community before you build a business. Put your craft out there. Introduce yourself to the world before you introduce your business. And because personally, from what I've seen over the years, and this is something I wish I had done from the get-go, but this strategy seems to work better because people don't buy from, well, they're not buying your products just because, you know what I mean? Most of the times, majority of the times, people are buying your products because of you, because they appreciate you, because they like who you are, because they want to support you. So build your community. From there, it would stretch out even further. Just a little, heads up.